My name is DB Zenkai and I'm back up in here, my guy. How is everyone who is watching this video doing today? I just need to tell you guys straight up right now that I am going to be doing a giveaway for Scarlet Nexus tomorrow on Twitch. If you guys are not following me on Twitch, you need to follow me on Twitch so that you guys can be there for the giveaway. You know, I had to hurry up and plug myself before people click off of this video, but anywho, you guys clicked on this video to understand why you should buy Scarlet Nexus. You know, I just mentioned the giveaway. Maybe you don't have to buy Scarlet Nexus if you pull up for the giveaway, but if you are a part of the people who are not able to pull up for the giveaway and or just don't win, yeah, you were wondering why you should buy Scarlet Nexus. In this video, I'm just going to give you guys my early impressions, and I have to say, when I say early impressions, I have to mention this. I have put in 6 hours on each character in this game. So basically my take of the game after putting 12 hours into it. Before I go any deeper into this video, I also need to mention that Bandai sent me a copy of this game in order to show off to people to create content with. So huge shout out to them. I'm sure they're wondering what I'm thinking about this game just as much as you guys are, and I think they're going to be happy about what I have to say because I'm loving Scarlet Nexus so far. And I think the first thing that I want to mention in regards to why I like Scarlet Nexus so much, I think I want to talk about the combat. If you guys have no idea how the combat works in Scarlet Nexus, basically you can use Kasane or you can use Yuito, and these two characters have two different styles of fighting. Yuito is more of a close range type of guy. Kasane has more range than Yuito, and it seems like you use more psychokinesis with her than you do with Yuito. At least I feel like I tend to. But the combat revolves around kinetic psychic abilities. The main characters use psychokinesis, and they can also use a system called SAS in order to use the other powers of other characters. So not only are you going to be able to literally just throw around objects and beat stuff up and slash stuff with all these random things throughout the world, which is great, by the way. The environment is literally your weapon, but you're also going to be able to use your other teammates' abilities. So hyper velocity, making you move extremely fast to the point that everything else just seems slow. Using electrokinesis, I think that's what it's called, where you can use electricity. Duplication, where you can make copies of things, clones. And yes, fun fact, you can actually use multiple abilities all at once if you can get the upgrade for it in the game. And that's not that hard to do. You just need to upgrade your skill tree, and the skill tree is also something. It's different for both of the characters. They're similar, but not exactly the same, if that makes any sense. This is partially why I feel like you play differently when using Kasane than you do with Yuito, but the skill tree is very, very cool. You can get a whole bunch of dope upgrades that can make you really feel like a god. You can feel like a king, a queen, whatever you want to call yourself. You will feel really cool after going through exploring your skill tree and unlocking things, guys. And as mentioned before, one of the upgrades for this is literally enabling yourself to use a multitude of abilities all at once. You can actually use all of your teammates' abilities all at once if you unlock it to that degree. Man, imagine someone who can teleport, use hyper velocity, can make clones, and can literally throw stuff around, like can use psychokinesis. On top of that, can literally control fire. That's crazy. That's just insane. You are a peak anime character at this point, man. And on top of the abilities that you're able to use, you can also use different weapons in this game. Well, I say different weapons. You can use an upgraded version of the style of weapon that each character has. So with Yuito, he uses a sword, and with Kasane, she uses knives slash blades. I don't know what to call them. They're a little different, they're a little weird, but she throws them around, they slash stuff up, and they actually look pretty cool, honestly. But you can also get different equipment slash items slash weapons for your teammates. It's actually very cool. It's not just you that you can get stuff for, you can literally get it for all of your friends. And I was over here talking about getting stuff for your friends and getting stuff for yourself to customize yourself. Let's talk about the visual customization. You can also customize each character visually. One thing I particularly like doing, I'm not telling you guys to do this, but I like doing this in regards to the characters I don't like, and I like majority of the characters, but then there's Shiden. I feel like majority of you guys will not like Shiden. I'm not gonna really say why. If you played the demo, I'm pretty sure you guys already understand why you wouldn't like Shiden, but with him, yeah, I just like to put goofy stuff on him to make him look ugly. Everybody else though, I try to make them look as cool as possible, and it feels really good using characters that, you know, I looked at and I said, you know what, I'm gonna put this on you, I'm gonna put this on you, I'm gonna put this on you, and then we're gonna go out here and be badass together. And I know I mentioned earlier that you play as Kasane and you play as Yuito. This game actually offers a dual story, so you can do a playthrough as Yuito and you can do a playthrough as Kasane, and you will get a different story for each character. They intertwine though, if that makes any sense. So you are going to see similarities, you're going to see some of the same exact cutscenes, but from different perspectives. But on top of that, you're going to get some individualized content. And trust me, this stuff is important. You will not understand the story if you do not do the individualized content. You cannot just do one playthrough as one character and just say, okay, this is it, I'm done. So trust me guys, you're going to want to play as both characters. And one thing I forgot to mention earlier that is pretty important when it comes to this dual story stuff is that you can actually increase the bond of each of your teammates. So say for example, you're playing as Yuito, you can become better friends with your teammates while playing as Yuito, and you also do the same thing for Kasane, but of course you will have a different experience with Kasane versus Yuito. You know, Yuito and Kasane are not the same people. So with this being said, you would be able to see certain sides of certain characters that you wouldn't be able to see if you're using just one character. And personally, I feel like that adds a great amount of life to the game. It makes you like the side characters a whole lot more, and it also will make you appreciate the main characters as well. Increasing your bonds will also give you combat abilities that are really clutch. You guys will really appreciate this, so you're definitely going to want to become friends with everybody as Yuito and as Kasane. In order to increase bonds, you can reply to text messages. This is something that's really cool too. I like the fact that you can literally communicate with your teammates via text messages. That's really nice. But you can also just meet them in your hideout, hang out with them. You guys can give them gifts. This is the way to sort of power level a bond up, just by giving the character a gift. And of course, certain characters will appreciate certain gifts and other characters will not really like them as much and not just straight up not want them, to say the least. And hey, every now and then they'll even give you something for increasing the bond with them. You know, aside from combat capabilities, sometimes they'll give you an accessory or two. Off topic of the bonds, I want to mention this in this video because I feel like it would interest some people. This game has a futuristic Japanese landscape, which I'm sure you guys already can tell and can see, but it also has inspirations from classic anime and Western sci-fi. I feel like the inspirations from classic anime more so plays into the combat and the aesthetic of the game, and the Western sci-fi really plays into the plot of the game. And I know I just mentioned futuristic. Let's talk about the soundtrack. This soundtrack is just so perfect for the setting of this game. It's so amazing. This is definitely one of my favorite soundtracks from a video game to come out this year. And I would play some of the music in this video, but I feel like I would get hit with a copyright claim, so I'm not doing that. One thing I am going to do, I'm going to tell you about the enemies that you're going to be fighting in this game. Majority of the enemies that you will be fighting are these things called others, and I know some of you may be confused what others are. Well, they're mutants who eat brains. I'm not going to speak any further on the others because that would involve spoilers, and on top of that, I'm not going to speak on any of the other enemies that you'll have to fight in this game because that would be spoilers as well. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to spoil you as much as I possibly can in this video. But now that I've elaborated on everything, I'll just give you guys some quick takes on everything that I mentioned. The combat, absolutely love it. As I said before, like, it just feels cool. You feel like a peak anime character. You feel like Mob Psycho, I'm not gonna lie, because you get all these things just flying around you and you just see all of this fire and things teleporting and this, that, and this is just so much taking place. If you guys haven't seen Mob Psycho 100, I definitely recommend it, by the way. And I know some people are gonna take what I just said and just assume that I'm saying that Mob Psycho or Mob is a peak anime character. He's really freaking cool. That's all that matters, you know, when we're over here talking about combat. But anywho, love the combat, love the customization and everything. You know, I already mentioned how I appreciate that. The dual story function, I absolutely love that too, because of the fact I get to experience the story from two different perspectives in full. That's awesome to me. And I like mystery. I like the amount of mystery that you gain from playing one side and not understanding everything, and then you have to turn around and play the other side to really capture everything, understand what's really going on, and then you end up having those moments where you're like, ah, okay, so that's why this is taking place. It's a great feeling. The soundtrack, I already said how I feel about that. Absolutely love the soundtrack. It's awesome. The others, I hate them. They're very ugly. They need to die, but it feels good killing them, so they're cool too, in a sense, I guess. But Scarlet Nexus will be available on June 25th for Xbox Series, Xbox One, PS5, PS4, and for PC players. And I have one copy for Xbox is ready to be given away on Twitch tomorrow. As said, you guys should definitely check out the Twitch. A link to my Twitch channel is always in the description of my videos. Definitely make sure to check it out. Also, one thing I also need to mention, final thing in regards to the game, this game is in 4K, or it features 4K 60 FPS. If anyone was curious about that, because that's one thing I always try to look into. I try to figure out when I'm looking at a game, I'm trying to figure out what the spec or what the highest settings I can put this game at really are, and that's what it seems like it is. It's 4K 60 FPS even on PC. I think that's the highest you can get it in terms of frame rate. But that's about all I have to say. I appreciate all of you for watching this video through and through to this point. Comment down below how you guys feel about everything in regards to Scarlet Nexus and or just this video. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, you guys can hit me up on Twitter. My link to my Twitter is always in the descriptions of my videos. And one thing I always need to mention is, guys, subscribe and leave a like on the video if you feel like I helped you out in any way, shape, or form. It would really help me out. It would be pretty cool to know that I helped you out and you guys helped me out. I feel like that would increase our bond. Maybe we can be better at combat. Maybe we could, you know, let me show you. I was trying to make a weird Scarlet Nexus reference. Anywho, I'm gonna get up out of here. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.